Welcome back to another 90 Day Fiancé recap. Let's talk about season 12, episode 2, and we're going to start with Katie. So Katie's driving Joshua to the hotel from the airport, and she wants to sing the national anthem. She's like, let's sing the national anthem together. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail, and the twilight's last gleaming.
Sorry, you got bored.
Remix version.
So we get a remix.
Then she eats some Cheetos, and Josh was like, oh, the smell of Cheetos. And she's like, well, you know what? Your breath smells like shit. And he's like, okay. I do want to know how long that drive was because it was super bright when they got in the car. And by the time they got out, it was so dark.
Look, surprise. We're at a hotel. It doesn't suck.
Nice.
They get to the hotel. It has red, white, and blue decorations all over the room. USA merch, Go America. And he really appreciates it.
It just makes me melt inside. I'm just like, oh, I love you.
They jump on the bed and she talks about how stressed out she was about them having sex the first night, or the lack thereof. Because remember, she said he's not super sexual. Like, she wants to have sex all the time, but he doesn't. And she was really worried that he wouldn't want to have sex the first night and that would set the tone for the rest of the trip. She would feel unwanted and she would be sad. But now she doesn't have to worry about any of that because she's actually too tired to do it. He's like, well, I understand, but I think we should get some of the stressful things out of the way first, like immigration, the visa and stuff, and then we can really focus on us. And then she says, I just really need to feel wanted. Like, that's so important to me. I need to feel really wanted by you. So then he suggests that they make certain commitments to each other, like promises. For example, he would really like for her to commit to not making out with other people, aka cheating on him. And she just looks at him like,
and maybe one commitment you can make is to not keep kissing other people.
But you want to know what's interesting about this whole thing is the fact that she gets drunk and starts making out with people. And according to all her friends that she's made out with before, that we meet later on in the episode, they have made it very clear that she's the one who makes the first move. And she kind of like forces herself onto them, which, hello, it's called schmexual assault. But I also find it interesting that she wants to feel wanted so badly, as in that's why she makes out with other people, but apparently she's the one who's forcing herself onto other people. Like, does that make sense? It's not making sense. But am I making sense in what I'm trying to say? Joshua knows Katie's heart is in the right place and that she makes out with other people out of insecurity and because of her OCD, and that is why he's willing to be patient. Bro, please get yourself out of there. Honestly, I feel like Josh, so far from what we know, seems like a super sweet and patient guy. Honestly, I would date him. But come on, don't be a doormat. Josh talks about how love and intimacy are very important, but then Katie interjects and says she doesn't feel loved when she doesn't have sex. And then he says, well, I don't feel loved when you go and make out with other men. And then she says, at least they want to have sex with me.
I mean, I don't feel loving when you're playing with other guys. Like, I think that's
At least they want to have sex with me.
What the forkin' forkity fork? This girl needs therapy. Therapy. Say it with me. Therapy. She is so desperately seeking for male validation through making out, kissing, sex. She's definitely obsessed with it and prioritizes it. And it's like she can't live without it. And she just needs to figure out why. Okay, so in their next segment, they have a new intro shot where Katie is trying so hard to make out with Josh, and Josh is trying to keep his mouth shut. Like, you can see her trying to shove her tongue down his throat, and it is so uncomfortable. He's just like, and she's like,
Rain on fire. You got me flying.
it's the morning after, and they didn't bang that night, but they banged this morning at 6 a.m. So Katie is very happy.
Yeah, I just want to feel like this again.
Another thing that made her very happy was the fact that Josh wanted to do it last night. She always wants him to want it and to show her he wants it and to always initiate and to be ready whenever she's ready. He lets her know that this whole immigration and visa process has stressed him out so much that he hasn't really been able to talk about sex. He kind of put it on the back burner, but now that he's here, he feels a lot better. And Katie's like, good, because I need sex and I need lots of it.
It feels like we're in a good place, and so I'm hoping that in the next 90 days, we'll be more sexually compatible and ready for marriage.
They head outside, they see this random goat outside. It's a very cute goat. And then she tells him that she set up a welcome home party for him later that night, and he's gonna meet all her friends from her run club. And then she lists a bunch of names, and he's like, oh, you made out with him. Oh, him too. You made out with that guy. Yep, I remember that name. You made out with him also. Oh, yep, you made out with that girl.
Casually dated.
Well, I know
for
the
like
story
2
of the
weeks.
park.
Okay, so you remember.
Yeah, oops. According to Katie, it's really hard not to kiss other people due to her OCD because it makes her obsessed with the idea of kissing them, and then she can't stop thinking about it and she obsesses over it. And the only way to stop it is to do the action that she's obsessing over so that it neutralizes the obsession. But then after she does it, it makes the situation worse because it becomes this stressful, useless cycle. And I feel bad for her, okay? It sounds exhausting, a cycle that she cannot get her mind out of. In my professional potato opinion, maybe alcohol might be a part of it. Like, does she have the urge to make out with other people when she isn't drinking? I would like to know. Well, Joshua really wants her to stop cheating, but he's trying really hard to be patient with her because of the OCD. But as patient as he is, he doesn't know how much more he can take.
And I think she just needs to curb the bull.
It's nighttime. They arrive to his welcome to USA party. All her friends give him a very warm welcome, and Katie immediately runs to the bar and she's ready to take some shots.
Katie's obviously going to have a few drinks. She thinks she can drink.
Now, in this short clip of Katie drinking this cocktail is so freaking hilarious because she misses her straw not once, but twice.
I need Katie to just show me that she's getting her act together and that being...
So how drunk was she by the time she was drinking that drink? We meet her friend Mark, who describes her as a lioness on the prowl.
I knew Katie all of a week before we hooked up, and she's a lioness on the prowl.
She made out with him a week into meeting him, and she also made out with his roommate Josh, who is also at the party. Katie's also made out with her best friend Danica and another friend Ted.
Like, I had to ban her from sticking her tongue in my mouth because that's too much. Yeah.
Multiple times. So Katie and Danica are playing some darts and Josh is talking to some of the guys that she's made out with. And the guys are like, yeah, so how's everything with Katie? She's a wild one. Like loosey-goosey.
She's a bit of a loose cannon, right?
And Josh is like, what do you mean loose? And Mark tells him she is off the rails. And he's like, oh, okay. Mark gets more specific. He's like, how do you deal with her wild stunts? And Josh is like, what do you mean? And Mark says, I mean, she's all over the place. And you're leaving your home country and moving to this country to be with her. And Josh is like, yeah, I mean, I see a future with Katie. And Mark goes, well, she comes with a lot of craziness and I couldn't deal with it.
But she does come with that level of craziness where you're like, okay, hold on, like let's slow down, like what are you doing here type thing. And
oh my God, these guys are basically warning him. They feel bad for him. They're warning him without saying it outright. They're like, damn, you must really like her to be able to deal with all her cheating every single weekend on you. So after the boys chat, he checks in with Katie and she's like, oh my God, I saw you talking to the guys, all my ex-lovers. What did you guys talk about? And as he answers her question, she's not even listening. She pulls her head way back and guzzles down every drippity drop of her drink.
Checking in with me, like seeing how I'm doing, like...
Why?
She's like, how do you feel? And he's like, I feel great. So, it doesn't bother you that we banged before? What? I banged both Mark and Josh multiple times.
I banged both Josh and Mark one time. Not one time, like 3 times.
All right. But you don't want to be with them, right? You want to be with me? Yeah, of course. But sometimes I think about the chemistry that we used to have, and like I'll think about those moments sometimes, but like not because I want to be friends with them. It's more like, I guess it didn't work out.
It's more of like, oh, I know that didn't work out. Like,
Yeah.
Girl, are you good? Josh looks like he got hit by a truck. He's trying to process all of this information. And Katie goes, well, I hope you guys can hang out and we can be the bestest of friends. And he's like, yeah, we already have plans to hang out. Yeah, it's Someone go in there and save Josh from Miranda Sings. Aisha, 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 or the blood, the blood, the blood, the blood, the blood, the blood, the blood,
The blood of Jesus, the blood, 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 the blood.
She's gonna meet with an immigration attorney about Maxwell's visa denial. But she knows it's all gonna work out because she has God on her side.
You think the attorney gonna be able to work things out?
I don't know. I hope so. It never crossed my mind for a second that application would be denied because I have God on my side.
She tries to explain everything to her mom, and then she picks up her godbrother, Rod, to take him to the appointment with her.
Is Rod overly protective of you? Rod is crazy. So, I kid you not.
Now, they're super close, her and Rod, and he wants the best for her. But Rod is side-eyeing Maxwell because he's from Nigeria, and there are a lot of scammers in Nigeria.
What up, Rod?
Hey,
I'm glad you were able to go with me today. I really want to see what this attorney gonna say if the appeal is an option.
Mm-hmm.
So she picks him up, he hops in the car, and he's like, why can't you find someone from America? And she's like, because God sent me Maxwell. But what about the guys I try to hook you up with? You didn't like them because they didn't meet all of your requirements on your big, tall list? Maxwell isn't even that tall. And she's like, oh, no. But he meets basically every other requirement.
And this guy is none of that, so...
Oh, don't do that. Now, he's most of that.
So apparently she's made this list that she carries with her everywhere since she had an AOL account.
I had an AOL account when I first made that list, so you know how old that was.
Remember AOL, my fellow millennials? You've got mail. And then the door opening, whee! And then the door shutting from AIM. And then our cryptic away messages. Ugh, the memories. Anyway, she's been adding to the list since her AOL days, and she's converted the note to her phone. And so this is just a little glimpse of her list, okay? No smoking, no drinking, no kids, has a great job, has ambition, God, but not diehard God. What does that even mean? Understanding, organized, athletic build, great lover, no big feet, no Sasquatch, wealthy, knows his purpose, good hygiene, good teeth, good hair, really loves God. But I thought she didn't want a diehard God, so like what's the difference between really loving God and a diehard God? Anyway, she stops reading there because her list goes on and on and on and on. They get to the immigration office. It's called Love Immigration. They meet with a lawyer and she explains the entire situation and how God sent Maxwell to her and she needs this to work out, but Maxwell got denied and she wants to do an appeal. And the lawyer's like, that's not possible because an appeal is not even an option. But the options you do have are the following. You can file another K-1 petition, or you can get married to him and then come back and file a spousal petition.
The options that I see going forward is that you could file another K-1 petition. Another option would be you could get married.
Rod's hearing alarm bells. He's like, oh, no. I do not want my friend to go there and get married because she's going to rush and who knows what's going to happen.
I don't want Aisha to go over and marry this guy in Nigeria at all.
And so he's like, but she doesn't have to get married to him, right? That's what you're recommending, that she doesn't get married. And Aisha clocks what he's trying to do and tells him to stop putting words into the lawyer's mouth. And she gets really annoyed. And she's like, if you're going to support me, you're going to support me, okay? Are you getting on this train or are you hopping off? And he's like, I am supporting you, okay? By supporting you, I'm looking out for you. So then she asks the lawyer what's the time frame between the K-1 visa versus the spousal visa. And he says the K-1 is at least 1.5 years and the spousal is going to be at least 2 years.
Now, and it really varies, but you're looking at probably around 1.5 years.
Okay.
Now, if we do the other process, you're looking at probably around 2 years or so.
She is feeling defeated. She is feeling upset. She's mad. She's frustrated. And she's like, do you think there's another chance of it getting denied a second time? And he's like, yup.
Is there a possibility that it might be denied for any reason?
It's possible.
Ooh, that ain't what I want to hear.
It's actually more likely since they found something the first time to deny him. And this is not what she wanted to hear, okay? So she's gonna go home and pray. The blood, the blood, the blood, the blood, the blood.
The blood, 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 the blood.
Well, that's it for this recap. What are your thoughts? What do you think about everyone? Let me know down in the comments, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye!
We're obsessed with TLC and all the trashy reality TV. It's a recap. It's a recap.